Hello there everyone and welcome back. We had a bit of a twist with my attempts to do a pacifist run, mainly because I suppose my shields went down at a very inconvenient time for my admiral ship, so he managed to cancel the warp and steadily destroyed my poor protector, so that was a bit of an interesting twist, I want to say. But nonetheless, we had a good exchange of matches there, and unfortunately the battle against Chaos was not as exciting as I thought it would be, because my opponent did a lot of things wrong as far as like equipment, maybe, if nothing else, because he didn't have, he didn't have recon beacons, he didn't have extended sensors, and he face checked me with a Hellbringer. So I wish I could brag about how effective my fleet is against Chaos, but that was not a good representation, so we're gonna have to try for something a little bit better if nothing else. So let's continue on, shall we? Alright, so it looks like we're going to jump into a Tau mirror match, and to be honest, I feel like the Custodian is probably like one of the best ships to have for us here, just because of how easily it could deny heavy bomber potential, as well as like just the seeker missiles and torpedoes. But with it still due for some experience, it's going to be tricky to get full potential out of this thing, because I feel like if I had extended sensors on this thing for the micro warp jump, I could have very easily just disengaged with this Custodian. Hell, I arguably could have still disengaged effectively with 5,000 sensor range, mind you, so if I had played a little more slower and passive rather than just committing there, because my Custodian still has really good turn speed despite the fact it's a battleship, mind you. Is this the route I want to go though? I'd like to continue with my experience gain, especially for this level 7. It does have adaptive deflector. What am I missing out on? Belt armor. Ugh, that scares me. That scares me not having access to that, because that could be a liability, and I'm 2 points short of getting a damn messenger for my protector and sauce if I want to have the attempt with the flank. I do like the potential of it there. It's just a question if I can use Custodian effectively enough as bait, and to make sure the protector and sauce are in a position to protect it for when he gets in really damn close. Because I'm relying so heavily on the deflector to mitigate so much of that damage that once he gets in close that he can flank me, get on my side relatively simply, then this thing's going to die relatively quickly, even with wardens to kind of serve as a little bit of fire support. It's still a question if I even need the wardens with the Custodian, because it's got just that sheer amount of torpedo fire protection, but at the same time, if he's going with like seeker missiles and all that, that's not really a big deal either, isn't it? Because he needs to identify me first, and the Custodian can very easily deal with strongholds. So what are we looking at here? So 6 ships versus 6 ships, so that doesn't really say a whole lot. At first I thought like a stronghold with a Custodian would be like 5 ships, but no, he can still afford a frigate of some kind. So we'll see what happens. Let's get our fighters going. I don't have stealth alloy, and from what I could tell, he's probably got the same composition I do, to an extent. Just gotta be careful about my wardens, getting too far ahead and just getting sniped for no reason, because their railgun fire is still gonna be useful. It'll help contribute a little bit, and he's also boosting with one of his ships, so 3 protectors, so no Custodian this time. I'm kind of okay with that. I just, now I'm wondering if I want to keep a tight formation with that said. Because he's got what? 3 protectors, sauce, and what would this be? A Castellan? I'm assuming it's a Castellan. I'm just wondering, what's he boosting with exactly though? Is he boosting with everything? Because I know I heard boosters. I don't think if that was a frigate it'd be lagging behind that much there, even with boosters. So, I'm a little bit uncertain what his strategy is just yet. I do have experimental railguns. I kind of want to just shoot the experimental railgun at the frigate. Get some... well, it wouldn't be a guaranteed kill, especially if it's a Castellan, mind you, but... we do have an asteroid belt for a little bit of protection, and I have beacons on everything too. Again, let's just make sure the wardens don't get easily sniped. And I want to try and mitigate his deflectors to the best of my ability, because that's going to just make this a very uninteresting, uneventful type of battle, with that said. Especially if he has deflectors on everything as well. Okay, so he has stealth alloy on the messenger. I would like to put a beacon on that thing, but no. That doesn't do much good. I do have extended sensors on everything, mind you, but the fighters should be able to do fine. I just gotta keep in mind what's actually detected. Because I only got 2 beacons, so he can easily just salt run and do all that good stuff. Alright. This is gonna get awkward for my control, mind you, but let's try and murder this thing quickly. Deal with the messenger. There, that's dead. Just disengage, let the fighters do the work. I really do want to launch a beacon. It seems like a poor mistake, though, to do that. Especially when I was about to identify him, too, with that said. So you go on out. He's got a level 10 fleet, so let's keep that in mind. Now let's try and manage this damage, because again, I want to get on his flank, make this really awkward for him. So Sase, you go do that. He is firing experimental railguns. I fired my own there, to be fair, but can we... I think I want to destroy the prow, in all honesty. As we get going, and also lock on, because we are hitting his side. This is going to go well for me. Let's just... And I also have my protector here to kind of also provide a little bit of support. This is probably going to be a little uneventful. Because I have brace for impact, I have 95 armor now. This is not really exciting, I'm not going to lie. Because I have everything focused on this. It may not be the most ideal targeting, mind you, but it's still working. And again, I have the brace for impact. He's going to lose the protector really damn quickly. And I have bombers about to come up too, so this might hurt a bit. Alright. Take the fire there. This thing's real... This is going to hurt like hell. I'm really hoping. That damage is no joke. I think it's safe to say there. And I do have repair drones, so yeah, this is... If this keeps up there, this battle's already over. Very uneventful. Although, to be honest, with all my weaponry kind of wanting to be my facing... let me rephrase that. With my facing kind of encouraged to be me facing directly at him, I'm not really encouraged to do any specific maneuvers, let's not kid ourselves. The only thing that I'm actually doing that's different is that I'm trying to attack from the side because, again, the deflector. It's working out well, but I do have air cache as well. I don't have repair drones, but I do have bombers, and 2 of his protectors are about dead. And now he's kind of forfeited his position, so with the air cache favor, this might go well for me. So now, unfortunately, the custodian bombers are going to get shot down, so that's a little unfortunate, but that's a lot of damage potential still. Especially since, what? I still have the Warren spotting, so let's keep these Warren spotting. In fact, just ram this damn thing. Very weird match, but I gotta keep in mind these secret missiles are about to hit me, so get the Sase out of the way, finish the job as it were, because he wants this thing bad. And hopefully I could kill his fighters at the same time. It's close, but not quite. The poor Sase, the dick. He had to kill my prize Sase that was doing so well there. Hell, ideally the protector was supposed to be on the flank as well, which would have made that better, but it had the nice benefit of having its repair drones also contribute with the durability of the custodian, if nothing else, since it helped repair an additional 90 health, so I can't object one bit. But yeah, that was pretty damn one-sided. I don't think there's really anything to learn because of the simplicity of the combat. But if you can negate the deflector really damn well, it makes a big impact. Even with just a Sase, mind you. The protector was supposed to help it at killing the shield so it can at least get permanent damage. But I think the point came across there a little bit. Because with him grouped up like he was, it's not like my bombers were going to do anything. It's when he decided to kamikaze his protector in close. That's when the bombers did their thing. Because of lack of fighters, lack of point defense, and all that to kind of help contribute. So very boring, at least for me. I don't know how it looked at as far as a YouTube video, mind you. because there are still some things to learn there. It just was very uneventful for me. If only I was paying attention to Sase a little bit more, maybe I could evade those bombers, though at least the first wave of bombers that crippled the damn thing. Because I would love to get these things leveled up. Can you blame me? Extra power is always good, I suppose, especially when I'm fighting a level 10 fleet. But I guess that's all she wrote. Now the big question, if I go up against him again with another mirror match, do I consider going with the protectors in that? Then that, if he has protectors and I have protectors, then it feels like that matchup's gonna get really silly. I don't know about the dynamic, mind you, but it's like I said before, whoever can get the best concave, the best flanking maneuvers, best positioning is probably gonna win that fight. Outside of lucky critical hits to maybe to the proud deflector, if nothing else. And since my Sases don't really have deflectors on their own, that could be a liability that would cost me that match in all seriousness. Alright, looks like we got a mirror match, so for the sake of mixing things up, do I really want to do that? Well, even then, how do I mix up exactly? Because a Bastion, a Demiurge of any kind is going to be a giveaway. And it's going to be so damn vulnerable just because of the same reason we just demonstrated in the last match. Once those bombers get on it, these things are going to die really quickly. And I don't know if they're going to do the damage, especially with air cache, to justify it. I say we try and spice things up as much as I love to get more experience. And a new dynamic there, because quite frankly that was rather boring. Rather uneventful. I like to practice more with focusing on flanking maneuvers and better positioning. And also, I did replace my Dalef to get, well, as an at least to have an opportunity to get some levels on this thing. Although if I'm going to be fighting a level 10 fleet, it's probably not a good idea for here. Also, do I really want to start Protector extra bombers, especially if he's considering the dang Custodian? That probably will be necessary, especially if I'm going to forfeit a Messenger. Although, damn it, I had the points for an actual Messenger too. I didn't think of that. I'm used to having only enough points for a single frigate because I go with 2 Sases, so that was a bit of a mistake on my part. I could have used that Messenger, it would have helped a ton against any of the Seeker missiles and that, so this is probably a big mistake, and just not having that Messenger to stick behind everything is probably going to cost me if I do lose just the sheer attrition of bombers and missiles. But we'll see what we can do. I gotta be smart of how my position is. I would love a flank maneuver, so let's try 2 separate groups here. And this would be a good opportunity for the Messenger to be with the Sase, because I have less fighters over there. But we'll try this. Experiment a little bit different. I am going to have to be open-minded about warping out. And yeah, I am down 1 ship there. I could have had like an extra frigate to contribute, so that's a bit of a shame. So we'll try with Monka again there. Try for some critical hits, although, to be honest, I don't know what kind of critical hits I want to go for. Or if I want to try and attempt to destroy the prow, or just go with like shields or engines. And let's see, this time he has the Custodian, so the roles might get reversed, but I think the priority is not to kill, it's not to focus on the Custodian. We try and save that for last, if possible. So he has a Protector and Sase, as well as 3 Warrens, so I have the mobility to disengage, it's just a question if he has the micro warp jump. And unfortunately, this probably means I want to stay in a nice close formation just to maximize my fighters, so I may not get the flanking maneuver I want. I do have a lot of beacons though, if nothing else, so I can use that to my advantage. And let's see, I have a gas cloud here that will make for a decent fallback point, but I think blue is going to get the gas cloud in the middle, so that's going to be really tricky for me trying to brute force some beacons onto him. So we're going to have to play this very cautiously, very carefully, especially with only a single ship with extended sensors, mind you. We'll take our time, we'll be able to see where he's at, if nothing else, so I'm not too worried about that. I can position myself accordingly and put some effort into this. Let's try and make this interesting, although I am terrified of that Custodian. And I think the reasons at this point are pretty obvious. So let's focus on minimizing the bomber damage and hopefully having my... Well, I do have air cache boost to help mitigate damage as well. And if I'm fast enough, maybe if I boost immediately as I'm revealed, I could just dodge his railguns, so we'll see how this goes.
Honor the teachings of Viola.
If anything, I'm half tempted to maybe circle around behind him there. He would have to reorganize his fleet, possibly. Which could be something interesting I can use against him, but let's be careful of Castellan, it could get picked off. Not quickly, mind you. We've seen the messenger take a bit of hits, but... Oh, a mission dissipator, so... Let's see how this goes. So he does see me there. Yep, we see where that's at, that's fine.
Disengaging pure tide command link.
And that's interesting, got ion cannons off, so that's kind of amusing.
How may I serve the Tau?
I don't know what to make of that, but I am hitting again there.
Pure tide engrams online.
And let's see, I would like to fire beacons. I can fire beacons, so...
Drones have identified an enemy camp.
Now...
Honor the teachings of Viola.
So here comes the fire. This is probably not going to work very well, though. I do have repair drones, I do have seeker missiles, and this... Actually, let's try and kill off these things. So he launched the bombers, that did no good there, and he has... Well, now we just gotta kill off the fighters on these things. That's the only catch. So can we fire seeker missiles at this? That thing's boosting, that's also boosting. So gotta be mindful of that and try and maximize damage on this, ideally. Alright. Go on, ram me. I have brace for impact, you don't. It's gonna get a little bit awkward for a bit, but once we get through the shields, this will probably be pretty good for me. The trick is getting through the supercharged void shield, though. Also, let's keep everything close. We need to maximize my point defense. We need to make sure this thing does not hit me with full bomber potential. It did hit the Sauce, mind you, so that's probably the best target it could have hit. Now let's ram this thing off course, ideally. This is getting ugly, I'm not gonna lie, but the custodian should be dead in a moment here. Is it gonna be enough, though? I think I just want to let this thing go, but I don't think it's a good idea in all honesty. It's probably not a good idea, but if only I managed that a little bit better, maybe it could be better. Does this have... It has a depth deflector, so that's going to be a pain. And let's see, I don't have much fighters left, and I do have a brace for impact for his ramming attempt, so... Let's try and repair. I want to go after the Sauce. The Protector means little to me. If I could kill the Sauce's railguns, it's just as potent as a Protector in all honesty, so I want to hit that. Yeah, ideally, if they can ram each other, that'd be good too. Like I said, this is going to get weird, but let's do some world of hurt to this thing. There. That is what I like to see. That was painful still, but... That was pretty damn painful, but... I have brace for impact. Sadly, I'm not benefiting from double repair drones, I don't think, but... I do have a flank here. Now... Hold position. Try to, anyway. And ideally hit the flank. I want to hit the flank and maximize my damage potential, because this kamikaze strategy is not working out, I'm afraid to say, but I might lose another Protector, though. It's really damn close, without a doubt. Can I kill this thing? No, unfortunately the Protector's gone. We did win, though. I almost feel like it was more hit on his mistakes rather than me playing properly, because the strategy was to try and avoid shooting at the Custodian, in all honesty, because of its sheer durability. It was a little more interesting, if nothing else, so we succeeded on that front. So, let's give him what he wants there, I guess. That is game. One of my protectors did manage to warp out at least, so it wasn't a complete loss. But at least I'm a little more happier with how that played out. I just don't know how I should seriously take that. Because he went super aggressive, and I punished the hell out of that. Because the one thing you may not have realized in that exchange, at least early on, is because he micro-warp jumped so aggressively, he had no fighters. His fighters were trying to catch up to him, because they don't teleport with him. So the seeker missiles, the bombers I potentially shot at him, I think, all were basically unhindered outside the point defense. And mind you, there's still damn good point defense with the reroll. So it's still a success. I just don't know how seriously a match I should take that for, like, all Tau mirror matches when I choose not to field my own custodian, mind you. But at least it made up for the simplistic match of the first game, if nothing else. So I'm happy with that all in all. Alright, we got ourselves something a little bit different here. We got Space Marine Battle, Space Station Assault. And my first impression is I feel bad for him if my Manta Bombers ever reach his capital ships. And with the space station being exposed and him possibly not having Thunderhawks to, well, not Thunderhawks but Stormhawks to help deal with the sheer amount of seeker missiles I might send his way, this could get brutal. Now it's just a question, do I really want to send a Demiurge in here? Because they would actually be pretty damn good against a battle barge if he's fielding them. He's only going to have 600 points, so at worst he's only going to have a single battle barge, but is that what I want to do? Because I'm really damn tempted to try and get this Custodian to level 6. I don't know if it's a good idea or not. Ooh, I feel cheese strategy coming on with the Earth Cache. I kind of wish I had my Dalef a little bit. But, well, with only a single railgun, it's not really that cheesy, mind you, because it's not like I could brute force the health of the station. Because a single, what is it, railgun is basically just negated by an emergency repair, so it's not as exciting as I make it sound, in all honesty. But let's try it there. The Custodian's really damn close to level 6. It has the railgun to help force an engagement. Not much of one, mind you, but if maybe I can... I have this... It gives me the Seeker Missiles at least. I'm just missing out possibly 3 Seeker Missiles from... Or at least... Yeah, it would be 3 Sauces and 2 Protectors if I went with my normal cruiser and light cruiser fleet. So I am missing out a couple of Seeker Missiles if nothing else. But I can harass him at range. We'll see if he has any Stormhawks or not to kind of weather the storm. And I kind of want to focus on the beacons first, because it is extra defense, it is extra sensors, and shield transfers can be a pain, never mind the fact that the point defense may even contribute with some of the damage. And this is like, I got plenty of terrain to protect me from him pushing forward, or at least force him to go around if I can detect them. I just don't know how I feel about going this composition against Space Marines. If I ever hit him with the Manta Bombs, it's going to be a nightmare without a doubt, but I gotta get there first is the catch. Although, I probably can do it there. I'm just not going to cheese it that much. I was thinking, if I still had the Dalef, I could have gone double railguns and just force an engagement by just hitting 2 experimental railguns on the station, kind of like how Solare did in the championship against me when he went for Earth Cache. But I think we're fine without. I don't quite have 15,000 unit range, mind you, but oh, and I might as well just have you group up with the rest. If anything, you're supposed to provide vision, and also let's get some Seeker Missiles going. Although I probably should have fired at the beacon there, but all these Seeker Missiles will at least curve in together, so that was conveniently probably the best angle. At least for overwhelming the point defensive fighters, maybe. Because the tighter the clump I can have the Seeker Missiles, the more likely it can protect each other, possibly, from the fighters. We'll see. We will see. If he isolates himself... Oh, and he's already making his way towards me. I'm not sure of what exactly. 600 points. This looks like a battle barge, 2 strike cruisers, so... With some beacons, I can easily alleviate that some. Let's just hang on to... What is it? My bombers until I actually detect him there. Or at least make sure... Oh, yeah, the experimental railgun, that's what I'm saying. Because the bombers were going to be up no matter what I did. So long as I don't already commit in close... Ooh, he he's just going to be in close. And I accidentally fired my repair drone because I thought that was my sauce say. That was a mistake.
How may I serve the tower?
So that's a valuable skill that's not going to get any value unless I engage him immediately. Which is possible, which may happen.
Drones have identified
And here,
an enemy target.
let's be careful, very careful of this thing.
We shall attack.
Now, he's sending Thunderhawks at me. Plasma bomb is fine, I can take those. Let's just try not to get hit too much by these Thunderhawks. Because this might not be pretty, folks. Avert your eyes if you can protect that or not.
Core L ready.
Strike the
This
killing
might
blow.
still not be pretty, but let's be careful nonetheless.
Aircraft ready for orders.
He is boosting, so that's not going to help him too much just yet.
For onward.
Okay, did hit him. Let's get the hell out. And keep in mind
Engaging pure tide command.
that we gotta get out of here. And hopefully not ram my protector at the same time, because this will be awkward, but I have bombers. I can outrace him, basically, especially if his other ship already crippled and he's paranoid about getting hit by it.
Blast doors sealed.
For L ready.
So brace for impacts up. He does have slightly more health than me, but
Know the teachings of Yona.
let's just get these things going. And be careful of my prow dying. That's going to be the scariest thing here.
The patient hunter is
Bomber's about to come back up. This is going to be brutal.
ready for orders. We serve the Kovatra.
And he did get a mutiny. That will be a little bit of a pain. Now we got to kill this thing quickly. So these bombers better do their thing. Yeah, that is not pretty. Which goes against him not kamikazing like he is when I have more points than him. In all honesty,
For L ready.
at least his composition is a little more serious than what mine was a little bit. I tried to fight a custodian with vanguards, mind you, and while
Your orders, Colonel.
it made it almost impossible for him to engage,
Know the teachings of Yona.
as far as like with the bombers, because I was really good at using the mobility of the vanguards, I didn't have the sheer firepower to get through the shields to stick a beacon to Solare's kiting strategy.
Yes,
So this is not going to be pretty. It feels a little bit unfair, but I feel like this kamikaze strategy is not supposed to work for you. Especially when I have bombers and you don't. And I do have repair drones at least helping mitigate a lot of this damage, and the other one's already crippled, so...
as the ethereals
And
wish.
these were all his favorite ships too, at least the Chapter Master and the Chief Librarian. I don't know if the Battle Barge had anything or not.
The tower shall prosper.
But he almost got the Custodian with that all said, so let's not get too carried away.
Guide us.
I need to get my generators back up to repairs
For L ready.
if I want this to tank anything from the battle station.
Aircast ready for orders.
So we have beacon there, we have missiles, we have bombers, and he did get some repairs in. So let's finish off our prey.
Will be so.
He has the firepower to take this seriously, but I'm trying to fight him in a straight up battle. I'm not doing the kiting strategy, so I feel like this is more on his end for not taking these Manta Bombers seriously. I'm sorry, fella.
Your orders, Colonel.
I am sorry for your loss.
Ethereals wish.
That is not something you want to see.
Aircast ready for orders.
Because I'm just contributing to the Tau overpowered statement now, aren't I, with that,
The greater
with
good.
how one side that was. He almost got the Custodian though with that kamikaze play. Let's not, I said that already, let's not get too cocky. Oops, autocast, I forgot. Oop, this is gonna hurt. This is also gonna hurt, so let's correct this wrong quickly before all hell breaks loose. Lock on. This thing will repair in about a minute, so it'll be ready to engage, and let's just kill off the station. This shouldn't take too terribly long.
Ethereals guide
I just gotta make sure the fighter's down, so that way he, well, just the Custodian alone's, the bombers are just gonna take out all those fighters by themselves, I think. Or at least pretty damn close to it. But I think the Protector takes point. Hell, I just want to refresh fighters, to be honest, as we get closer, because his bombers are still a threat, especially for the Custodian, if he can somehow get a hit on it with those bomber waves. Now firing our railgun. Get that start. Ooh. Did I seriously do that much damage? Or no, that was the Seeker missiles, that's what. The Seeker missiles are finally starting to get some hits in.
greater good.
Well, let's go 6,000 kilometers. Lock on with everything but... lock on with the Custodian too, although you're not quite in range anyway, so it doesn't matter for that in that regard. Ooh, and I have repair drone back up. Ooh, I have both repair drones back up. Nice. So let's turn the Custodian so it doesn't actually hit myself, and put an end to this.
As the ethereals wish.
Yeah, it won't be long now, folks. It won't be long. The end is near.
Ready for orders.
The bell chimes. Korn is waiting patiently for all the blood that's about to be spilled in this space. Although plenty of Space Marine blood was already spilled, and I'm sure he's happy about that, so don't worry, Korn, you'll get your due.
Aircraft ready for orders.
The Tau will accommodate you unwittingly.
Our firepower is cracking open the enemy station.
Oh, I was wondering where that statement was coming from. It almost feels bad manner to say good game, because if that were me, that would be heartbreaking. I'm gonna do it anyway, I guess. See what his response is. If he has enough time for a response. I don't know how to take that in all honesty. I don't know if that was an insult or not. I don't speak gibberish. But yeah, that is damn brutal. Without a doubt. At least the second match was fun there. I enjoyed that. It was a little bit weird with the aggressive nature of his Blue's Custodian, mind you. So as much as I would love to level up this Custodian more, I think we start putting a curfew on it. Maybe it makes a rare showing every now and then, because I haven't even touched my Demiurge for those past 3 matches. More so because I'm worried about it getting isolated and sniped really quickly for when things go wrong, and it can go wrong, let's not kid ourselves. But for upgrades, belt armor, I already got the belt armor there. I have the energy shields. I could upgrade the wardens. I don't know how practical that is, but they have been staying alive if nothing else, and I don't remember, what are the stats? Do they have 9,000 range already? Yeah, they have 9,000 range, and it is 9,000 range for the wardens as well, but keep in mind I already extended range. Oh, Nikasar already extended range, so that's no different. It's just really if I want more firepower with broadside weaponry no less, which would be kind of weird to micromanage. I don't think I'm ready to commit to that fully just yet. Extended range is probably what I want to do though. Make this thing fearsome at range, so that way it can hopefully mitigate damage a little bit better, or at least engage sooner, but that sounds silly since I'm trying to make it be the main bait too. I just don't know what would be the best upgrade aside from maybe enhancing my duration. Although I don't think Brace for Impact actually works with the shield, and considering the fact the shields, at least currently, will recharge to full in 50 seconds, there's just a bit of redundancy there because my Brace for Impact will not fall off. At least that's my intention. I brace for impact when the shields go down for the armor, and then as the brace for impact falls off, I get my shields back up. So it feels a little redundant, assuming it doesn't work with the shields as well, the brace for impact. I'm not entirely certain. Or it could just start infesting his speed. I don't think I like that idea. Ooh, extra shield points. Let's do that. I think we can't go wrong with extra shield health if it's going to be durable and tanking. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about those series of matches. I feel like such a dick to that poor Space Marine because I know the feeling all too well.